to Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn.
So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. Of course, it is a wet Tuesday morning, rain drizzling outside. Got some rainfall overnight, and I know that when my air conditioner started to get colder, rain had to be falling. I was comfortable in my bed, you know. I'll get some sleep, boy. Because I didn't get any sleep Sunday into Monday, with that delay with the flight from Tobago to Trinidad, and now I was reaching, I really didn't get much sleep, and I went whole day yesterday. I had a meeting with the Trinidad Import-Export Limited, and we'll be featuring some of their brands on the show, brands that will be carried at the party, at the Christmas party. And they called me into a meeting yesterday because they said, Stefan, it's a steep price. So in other words, when I keep telling all you, the tickets are $400 for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party, right? And I said, look, I ain't going to raise my price. My tickets are out there already. I ain't going to pull back no tickets and reprint anything to sell at a higher price. I will take the knock. I just did not realize that the knock, because what they were telling me is like, let's say a bottle that would sell for $200 would now sell for $300. So we're talking about $100 increase on a bottle. So it's not $30 or $40 increase, but $100 increase. So if you could find a better deal anywhere else on December the 13th, I invite you, go find it. Because even in the meeting we were saying that, you know, maybe all-inclusives and things like that, they will have to rethink, people will have to rethink doing all-inclusives at the price of liquor now. They would more likely have a pay bar or have a cooler event. So it's a big rise. It's a big rise. But they're willing to work with us. So I'm working with them. We'll have the little hanky. We'll have their brands like the top of the line Scotch's Hanky Bannister. They have another type of Scotch that they introduced me to yesterday. Smooth. I tell you, Johnny, I don't know. Anyhow, I'm not saying nothing bad about Johnny Walker. Nah? Because it's not that I'll be saying anything bad, I'll just be talking the truth, but some people might get offended. We also have the Vanguard vodka, and there are other brands there. The wine bar will definitely be on, offering things like Prosecco. You understand? All of that you're getting for $400, you know. I talking about things that just go all-inclusive fed for and pay, well, $1,600, but that kind of money, but then you get food with that too, but $400 premium drinks, boy, I got to take the knock this year, right? Because we do this for the fans. We do this for the fans, but I also do it for charity. So I'll have to deal with that. Anyway, get your tickets early. I cannot stress it enough, because if coming down to the end of this month, I get up in the morning and catch our vaps and say, look, we go have to raise them, we got to raise these last minute tickets, I will do it. I'm telling you, because that meeting yesterday, I said, also, I said, well, let's serious, boy. They say, yeah. They say, let me say a case of vodka. Let me just say it sell for $1,600-1,700. That going up to a case of that going up to about $3,000 now. Serious or no? 3,000. For a case that I would get for about $1,600-1,700, $3,000 now. Yeah. It's a dread increase, but nevertheless. All right, so we go on. December the 13th. Tickets available, sports and games nationwide. And of course, you can go to Rajba in St. Augustine and online at trinbagoevents.com. Let's come out and have a good time. and I go deal with the rest. All right? Nice. There are ways we could offset things. All right, so we get into the news day here, because remember, we leave for Barbados later this evening. But before I mention that, you know, every time there's some launch and thing for Carnival, I out the country. So we have some guests this morning. We have the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Aggregate Processing Association, Mr. Nigel Tenier. He is here. He's going to talk about that illegal quarrying. As you remember, we had 19 people arrested for illegal quarrying. And then the president himself, Tenier, he spoke about some archaic laws that exist that do not allow for people who are currently quarrying to get their license. So it puts people in a particular kind of position, right? It's not that they want to break the law, but look, we'll find out. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. He's supposed to be here for the first hour, and in the second hour, well, that's going to be hot. We have former national footballer, senator, government senator, and parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Sport, David Nakid. He is going to be here. There is a launch of a new football league in the East-West corridor that we want to tell you about. It's going to tap back into the community footballing aspect of things and build it from the ground up. I think it's a brilliant project, and I will support that 100% because I have been talking about that more than anybody else on the planet, bringing back the football and the sports into the community. So we're going to find out what that particular league is about. And we also have in the second hour, the chairman of the NCC will be here, Mr. Peter Kanai. So he will be here, and there is the launch of Carnival 2026, which will be taking place in Port of Spain on the Brian Lara Promenade this Friday, the 7th of November. All right? And we're going to tell you, well, he's going to tell us what to expect for the launch of Carnival. I understand it's going to be huge. It's going to be a massive event. I think it's going to be from like sometime in the morning till in the evening time. It's going to be a real carnival atmosphere. This is what they're planning. All right? So one of the things they said is they want people during the lunch hour to feel like carnival going on. So this launch is going to be huge, and Mr. Kanai is going to tell us about that around 7:35. All right, so stay tuned for all of that. We'll be highly informative this morning. Fellas, have any water, boy? Gosh, boy, my throat dry. I almost losing my voice, right? Because you know I like to talk. Anyway, front page of the paper this morning. UE students' eye return to normalcy in Jamaica. You know, anyhow. NCRHA and the TTRNA clash over staff shortage claim, and relatives mourn hard-working businessman and claim that Obia debts led to his murder. Obia debts? As in D-E-B-T-S, eh? So, although police investigators have not yet established a motive for the murder of a well-known businessman who was shot dead on the morning of November the 3rd on the compound of his workplace, relatives strongly suspect it could be linked to an Obia debt. Sylvan Lawa Budan of Jeffers Crossing, Tabaki Road was gunned down around 8:30 a.m. And he owned Gloria Bar on the ground floor of his residence, but also worked as a straightener and painter. No, hold on, eh? A relative told Newsday they suspect the killing may be connected to a dispute involving unpaid services to an Obia man. Reports suggest the dispute dates back to July, when the alleged spiritual advisor reportedly sent messages and videos through an intermediary claiming to be owed money for services performed on behalf of Budan against a woman. It remains unclear how much money was involved. The woman allegedly went to the police station in August to report an Obeah death threat against her, but reportedly did not receive a receipt for her complaint. I trying to picture the police taking that report, that, yeah. Look, you can read more on that on page 3. Yes, I enable. I want to get into Obeah business this morning. But I guess that police investigation will take us wherever it needs to go. Or wherever it needs, I don't know. Retired fireman found dead in Komuto. And why do people go to Obeah man in the first place? Why? What are you searching for? All you need some God in all your life, boy. You understand? Director, why would you go to Obeah man? If you had to go to somebody who said is an Obeah man, you can't have good intentions. Thanks. You understand what I'm saying? You can't have no good intentions, you go into an Obeah man. It's Obeah we talking, You believe in that, Obeah? You don't believe in Obeah? I really do. I don't really have no feelings on it. I don't know, because I know where it have good, it have evil. But yeah, I'm not too sold on it. Trump says Maduro's days are numbered with U.S. military operations ongoing in the Southern Caribbean, particularly against alleged drug transporting vessels out of Venezuela. U.S. President Donald Trump believes his Venezuelan counterparts' days are numbered. And I think he did this in an interview with 60 Minutes recently. I mean, it's all over TikTok and social media. And I told you all yesterday, remember I said this to you all. When the USS Gerald Ford arrives to join that fleet in the Southern Caribbean, expect that, if anything happens to that, it will start then, not before. Families seek next steps after reporting fisherman missing. And on page 5, you have the dispute between the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex and the TTRNA and the NCRHA. They all clash. Well, the TTRNA and the NCRHA are clashing over the chronic staff shortage claim. No, I don't have time to go into the article. But the NCRHA is describing the TTRNA's allegations that the staffing issue existed as reckless, inaccurate, and misleading, but admitted that there was a staff shortage on November the 1st. It did not provide the ratio, but said it was fully consistent with the authorities' established operational and clinical standards. All right, so that's the dispute there. The Nurses Association saying they're going to have this silent walk about protests about conditions at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex, and the NCRHA is saying, but what shortage are you talking about? We do have a shortage, but we did have a shortage on November the 1st. But other than that, apparently the claim is that is a false information or misleading information. But you can read that on page 5. Prime Minister to address special THA sitting. Right? So the PM will speak in the THA. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is expected to address Tobago's long-standing call for autonomy and other pressing issues confronting the island during a special sitting of the Assembly Legislature Scarborough today. All right? Call for DNA test before maintenance orders. Fathers Association says 1/3 of paternity tests negative. That's Rondell Fields. Rondell, we're going on. Morning, my brother. We went to, well, he's a St. George's boy, so, we have to acknowledge him. He's a Georgian. A third of paternity test has been negative. So you trying to tell me a third of woman that collecting maintenance money out here shouldn't be collecting it? It's one child. A third? What is happening in the back way? Ex-Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith says to Roger Alexander, leadership required, not showmanship. And I think that kind of nails it. I think that puts a little context on it. I think Alexander is a showman. And he needs to transition, because he can, he has the ability to do it, I believe that. But they need to give him some little pointers and training in that transition. All right? Because he is a showman. But he does, and I know this will be a controversial statement, but if you listen to Alexander and you tune out all the noise and your preconceived notion that it don't make sense, if you sit down and listen carefully when he's addressing the reporters to what he's trying to say, it makes sense. You just have to understand where he's coming from. He's not going to put it across like you expect from others, right? He's not going to put it across like that. But however he puts across the communication in his own way, when you peel out back all the layers and you say, okay, yeah, all right, this makes sense, right? I know you get a knock for saying the community, people still say that, it's a community center. The community center is a center for the community because that's what he said. And people say, well, but he's right. You see, they took away the context of the conversation. The context of the conversation is that, a lot of people within the communities didn't have access to the community center. And I could tell you that because I went up Lavantie and it was, and there was a particular community center where the young people in the area had no access to it because it always lock up, or it lock up early because they put somebody who is elderly in charge of the community center, and that person, they gone in their bed, and some elderly people are strict with their rules and regulations, so they ain't go and bend, turn, or twist to accommodate anybody, and they lock up the community center and they go home by 6 o'clock. And the youths and them want to use the community center for dance and other things, and they don't have any use for it. So when he said that, but it's a community center, it's a center for the community. It's not that he said something stupid, is that you have to take it in the context of the conversation that was taking place. You understand? But anyway, people go say, oh, you're defending Alexander. All I'm saying is the man does make sense in what he's saying sometimes. It's the way that he just put it across in this with our showmanship vibes is what is, I think, and then the sarcasm, I think, gets people. All right? And they kind of miss the message. Right? Because they're studying the messenger now, as usual. Anyway. But I know that's what has happened. People has missed the message when they're studying who the messenger is. It has some people that if they come to say something, you already tune them out, because of who it is. But their message is spot on. Sometimes their message, they have a good message. But it's just that they may have done something or said something that rubbed you the wrong way in the past, and you have this premeditated kind of reaction to that person and anything that they say or do, that you just discredit them before they even open their mouth. That happens. That is human nature. You understand? And then you don't listen to that. You don't listen to what it's saying. You're just studying that they are the ones that saying it, and you just tune it out, and you miss the message because you don't like who the messenger is. Fellas, what's going on inside here? How it warms so? I know it on, but I find it warm, and I mean we are on a wet morning, It's supposed to be nice and chilly in here. It on. I know it on. I seen it on.
AC is something to cool
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but then cold. Then cold. I mean, I want to lose some weight, but not in a sauna. All right, so I'll tell you what, maybe I should, All right, so let me just remind you guys about a few things here. Yeah, I feel so, Maybe if you do that. It now going to kick in. Yeah. All right, so we got to remind you guys about a few things. Eden Heights is one of them. So the Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. And guess what? They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments. These include prolozone therapy, halotherapy, nutritional programs, limb bagging, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. They also offer consultation services in live blood analysis, diabetes, child counseling, supplements, detox programs, knee, shoulder, back pain, and much more. They have 3 locations, Trin City, Chaguanas, and Tobago. And you can give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 4939196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. All right, make sure and check them out today. And we also want to remind you about Chef Shiraz. Chef does feel I forget him, Chef, I don't forget you, I just know how till 8 o'clock. All right, so I'll tell you what, Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy. This is the course schedule for November and December. So you have the 15th, 22nd, and in November, the 15th and the 22nd in November, and then you have the 15th and the 16th in December. And those courses are on the screen there for you, so you can make sure and take a look at those courses. Anyone that any one of them that interests you, you can give Chef a call or WhatsApp him today and sign up. So 3724639, that is 3724639, or 7375097. That is 737-5097. Those are the numbers to call, and you will get on the Chef Shiraz, and you can, of course, sign up for any one of the courses that you are interested in. All right? That's the November, December course schedule as he closes the year. All right? Okay. So with that, we are going to take our first break. When we come back from that break, we are supposed to engage. I don't know if he's arrived yet, I don't know what the traffic like this morning, But we have to engage with the president of the TTAPA, the Trinidad and Tobago Aggregate Producers Alliance. There was a lot of tension taking place as it relates to some of the laws that apply to quarrying. Okay? And he's going to talk on that and explain. We've always heard all of these stories of illegal quarrying taking place all different parts of the country. We saw that 19 people were arrested recently. I think they got out on $50,000 bail, but 19 of them were arrested for illegal quarrying. The commissioner of police at the time, during that arrest, he said that, it is for years now that this illegal quarrying has been connected to crime and criminality. All right, this land grabbing and all these things are taking place. So he drew a line between illegal quarrying and criminal activities. And the president of the APA, all right, he will talk on that because he brought up an issue not too long ago. As a matter of fact, let me just share it here with you. There was an article in the paper, and we will talk to him about this. Let's share part of it with you because, right, we have right. Give me the quarry operators headline. Yeah, send that to you. Ease up, Krishna, because I know you have work to do for Barbados. But I tell you that this morning. You can't remember the telephone conversation we had? So I was dreaming that day. Yeah. Oh, they're wicked, All right, so the Trinidad and Tobago Aggregate Producers Alliance is calling on the government to address long-standing regulatory challenges in the country's aggregate processing industry, which it says has operated for a quarter of a century without a single processing license being granted. So this is the issue that we have, that for the last 25 years, people have been operating and no license has been granted for 25 years. I find that to be very odd. Now, these are some of the penalties that you could find yourself subjected to in the event that you are found guilty of illegal quarrying. But that's not the headline. That's not what I wanted. But anyway. And speaking on behalf of the TTAPA, President Nigel Tenier, who will be joining us, said that the industry, which is central to construction and infrastructure development, now faces mounting uncertainty and legal ambiguity that threatens both operators and the broader economy, and described the situation as a mountain that needs urgent attention, not just for industry, but for the country as a whole. All right? And aggregate processing, Tenier emphasized, is critical to the construction sector. Without it, essential materials such as cement, concrete, clay blocks, and other building components cannot be processed. The industry underpins major infrastructure projects and provides employment for thousands of workers. Yet despite its importance, operators have been unable to secure the proper legal frameworks to operate, leaving the entire sector exposed to potential enforcement action. All right? So it stands to reason that there should be concern if you are in that sector, because when the police start to lock up people for illegal quarrying, and I know that some of the people that they will target, some of the people that they are arresting, might be guilty of illegal quarrying, one, and two, they may have criminal ties. We can't bury our heads in the sand. We have to admit that that is a possibility. That being a possibility, those who are not involved in any sort of underworld activity or connected to any criminal organizations, they ought to be granted, there ought to be a process to get these licenses granted. So, I mean, the police can't go around arresting everybody who trying to, who engage in that sector, who make a living out of that sector, and say, well, you're here illegally, but the only reason that they're there illegally is because the license hasn't been granted for 25 years. So we need to fix that problem. But we'll find out from Mr. Tenier what some of the solutions are as it relates to that particular issue. All right? And just on the penalties are a bit harsh. I mean, I wouldn't say a bit harsh, but it has some serious penalties. I will just read a few here. So a person who explores for, mines, processes, imports, or exports any material without a license issued by the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, first conviction, you are subjected to a fine of $1.5 million and imprisonment for 15 years. And upon subsequent conviction, you could face a fine of $2.1 million and imprisonment for 21 years. So these aren't, this fellas who operate in, they is some huge risk they're taking, because anything that carries a fine like that is extremely serious. Also, a person who knowingly purchases any mineral from a person who is not the holder of a license or trades in such mineral or knowingly makes a false statement or fraudulent representation in connection with an application for a license is subjected to a fine of $1.5 million. And most of the fines are $1.5 million. All right? So they got some hefty fines. All right? So we're going to talk to Mr. Tenier when we return. Stay tuned for that. That's coming up next. And then, of course, do not forget, we have Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, David Naked. He will be joining us in the top of the second hour. And we have the NCC Chairman, Mr. Peter Kanai, who will also be joining us in the second hour as well to tell us about the launch of Carnival 2026. So stay tuned. We will be back after this.
Trinidad and Tobago's #1 television morning show is heading to Barbados
for this year's Food and Rum Festival.
Synergy TV's Breaking Dawn morning show with Stefan Reese will broadcast live from Barbados.
From November 5th to November 10th, every morning the show will transmit from one of 2 scenic locales. One of the most beautiful tropical getaways in the Caribbean,
the Accra Hotel and Spa in Christchurch.
Or the luxurious, all-inclusive, adult-only destination on Barbados' south coast, the Abida Boutique Hotel.
Our team will be on the ground,
covering all the events of the 2025
Food and Rum Festival.
So tune in every morning from November 5th to November 10th as Breaking Dawn takes you live to Barbados for the 2025
Food and Rum Festival.
Special thanks to the BTMI,
the Accra Beach Hotel and Spa,
the Abida, all-inclusive, adult-only boutique hotel,
and Suncar Rentals, Barbados.
Attention builders, farmers, and homeowners. Murphy's Hardware, Agro and Pet Supplies, located at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South, has everything you're looking for at the most competitive prices. The hardware division has everything by way of construction, from foundation to roofing supplies, plumbing, and electrical. A wide selection of hand and power tools, and so much more. The Agro and Pet Supplies division carries from feed to fertilizers, agro tools, pet foods, and supplies, along with a range of gadgets for the home and garden. They are authorized dealers for STIHL and are open every day. Murphy's Hardware, Agro, and Pet Supplies has got what you need to get the job done without breaking your budget. Give them a call at 793-2497, 471-0249, or 743-5572, or visit them at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificating culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
New Charles chocolate with 0 sugar added. Charles guilt-free chocolate goodness.
I can't believe that, but I really can't believe that. But I really wasn't expecting that, boy.
Ram to you. How you getting on, so?
Boy, this is not the price of alcohol, boy.
So? Drinkers go and drink anyway?
Yeah, but my Christmas parties are premium drinks inclusive. It's December the 13th. I went and I print my tickets and I distributed to all sports and games nationwide.
So how much for the ticket?
400. I can't believe that, boy. I should have waited after the budget, boy. What if I should?
We get through.
That's right, people. Get through like Shane and Jaron. Get your tickets for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party Saturday the 13th of December. Garden Sanctuary Center Excellence. Tickets available at Sports and Games nationwide. Raj Bar in St. Augustine and online at trinbagoevents.com. Premium drinks inclusive. See you there. Where's your Santa?
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
All right, people, so welcome back to Breaking Dawn. We are 23 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock, and as we hit that hour, we're going to get into our first interview, but before we do, I want to remind you about Seth Wayula Board. Seth has the Holistic Health Clinic now. I had to preempt Seth today, but Seth will be back next week, and he will have his book that he has launched. It is completed, so we're going to hear about the book, and you'll find out you can get yourself a copy. But Seth Wayula's Holistic Health Clinic is powered by nutritional therapy, and it's very simple. Stop managing a disease because you have the opportunity to reverse it naturally. We're talking about cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, digestive disorders, hypertension, and more. It is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And all you have to do to book your appointment is give Seth a call or WhatsApp him on 2793935 or 7611952. All right, so give him a call or a WhatsApp today and get started, man. All right? Rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. That's my boy. All right, so with that, we're going to get into the conversation here with our first guest this morning, and that is Mr. Nigel Tenier. And Mr. Tenier is the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Aggregate Processors Association.
Producers.
Producers,
Alliance.
all right. Producers. The Aggregate Producers Association.
Alliance.
All right?
Alliance.
Alliance. But it have an association again.
Well, many years ago.
Oh, many years ago. All right. So, all right. Now, before the break, I spoke about the arrest of 19 individuals at a quarrying site that took place recently. The Commissioner of Police said that there was an operation that was taking place. There was, surveillance was going on this particular site for a while, and they came in and made these arrests. I think the vast majority of them are out on, they got like $50,000 bail or something to that effect. All right. Now, we also know that illegal quarrying has been a problem. However, the president here, Mr. Tenier, welcome to the program, by the way.
Thank you.
Nice man. Now, the president here, he has raised an issue of license, the license for quarrying, that they've had a problem for the last 25 years with these licenses being issued. So the first thing we're gonna start with, and I just want to get out the gate here from the president himself, and it could be as simple yes or no answer. All right? Are some of these illegal quarrying sites, or does illegal quarrying on the whole, is it connected, some of them, to criminal activity?
Now, that's a good question, and we've had to deal with that time and time again as an industry. So allow me, firstly, morning to your viewers, and thanks for having me.
No problem.
Second, there is a marked distinction between mining and processing.
Okay.
So quarrying, as it is normally termed, really deals with winning, what we refer to as winning the material.
Okay.
Extracting it out of the ground and presenting it in a form that is called pit run.
Okay.
From that pit run, we, as processors, operators, then take it and make it into a product that can be used in the production of concrete blocks, that can be used in the production of ready-mix concrete.
Okay.
and can be also used in the production of tin set.
Okay.
So it is a marked distinction. But to answer your question, yes, there has been some problems in mining as it relates to gang activity.
Okay.
And by that I mean, we are no different as an industry to any of the other industries and businessmen.
That could be infiltrated by criminal activity.
No,
right?
not necessarily that.
Uh-huh.
But can face the perennial problem of tax.
Oh, okay.
The
So we're
guys-
talking like extortion.
Correct.
All right, yeah.
So the guys that believe that they're entitled to payment without any exchange of labor.
Okay.
We face that.
Okay.
So we know different.
All right. All right. So that would be one of the issues plaguing the sector. What are some of the others?
Definitely. As you said before, the way it started off, we are in an unregulated industry. And I say that because the Mineral Act of 2000 was designed to regulate us. But in truth and in fact, it has hindered the industry more than anything else.
Okay.
And if we look at the Mineral Act from 2000, as of today, in 2025, there has not been one processing license for sand and gravel.
For sand and gravel?
For sand and gravel. Now, again, there's a marked distinction between blue limestone, sand and gravel, yellow limestone, and red sand, or sand as it is, which is what Abel would use to make clay blocks.
Okay.
Those are all different products and all different processes that must be taken, that has to happen in order to get that final product. And where we stand and who we represent are the producers, the processors of sand and gravel.
Okay.
And it's very important that your viewers understand that. So there have been licenses issued for the processing of limestone and for the mining of limestone.
Okay.
But there has not been one for sand and gravel.
For sand and gravel.
In 25 years.
In 25 years.
I said it.
Okay, so
in 25 years.
Wow.
And you could verify that, eh?
Okay.
Because what they do is they post the companies or the individuals that have the license on their website. This is Ministry of Energy, by the way.
Right.
So what I'm saying, it could be vetted. It could be verified.
Right. Well, I would imagine so. I don't think, I mean, if something like that is taking place, I don't think the Ministry of Energy and Energy Affairs could deny that. I think what needs to happen is they need to sit down with you as the president and anybody else that's representing
key stakeholders.
Key stakeholders, right. And start the discussions there and move towards solving that problem.
Definitely.
That's a huge problem.
Definitely.
Because that now, to me, I mean, would be fair to say that it puts all existing operators at risk.
Every single one.
The commissioner of police could say, listen, they're operating illegally and could shut them down as well.
Correct.
And it wouldn't be necessarily that they're in criminal activity, but it would be more of a situation where the system itself that is set up to regulate
victim of a frustrated process, a frustrating
Right.
process.
But I next thing Trinidad and Tobago, every process kind of frustrating. but go ahead, yeah.
So that's one of the issues that we face. Another issue that we face, likewise, because of the illegality of the industry now, because we're all illegal. Fact is, you're operating without a processing license, you're illegal.
Okay.
That brings into question now, we have situations where, if arrested and charged, one of the charges that could be brought before you is proceeds of crime.
Okay.
Money laundering.
Money laundering, right.
Because the money would have been ill-gotten gains. So anytime one of our operators continues to operate in this in the industry in its current incarnation, what we will be faced with, if arrested, possibly, is one of these charges.
Right.
And this is a very serious charge.
Yeah, because I was looking at some of the penalties, you know, a little while ago before you came on. I was looking at some of the penalties here, and we're talking about $1.5 million fine, 15 years imprisonment, One of them was 2.1 million,
Serious
900,000. This is not joke.
No,
this is not
serious,
joke money. This is not joke money.
Serious.
So when drivers on the road complaining about getting fined a $1,000 ticket, we talking here, you can multiply that and multiply that some more. We talking that guys taking risk here, and they could be fined a ton of money that most people do not have access to.
That
right?
is 100% accurate.
Right, so, okay. So then, what is the organization asking for at this point? What are some of the recommendations?
Well, one key recommendation that we'd like to make to the ministry is meet with us. We
Right.
are one of the key stakeholders. We can identify where the process needs to be tweaked and how we can advance the industry to improve the way we do business and even invite more investors.
But has there been, okay, in terms of the lack of granting of the license for about 25 years, can you say if there has been, because we know things is going through Trinidad and Tobago, right? Has there been any nepotism over that 25-year period with certain people might get a license and certain people denied based, you know?
No, I can say this, Stefan.
Yeah.
In sand and gravel, not one person has received a license in 25 years. Not one.
Okay.
So which begs the question for us, is it that this aspect of the industry is someone or some persons trying to keep it illegal so that they would have the option of choosing who to charge and when to charge?
Right.
Because if we're all illegal, what stops you from charging, say, Stefan?
Right, as opposed to charging, right.
As opposed to charging Nigel Tenya?
Right.
Because we're all illegal. So we feel, and it has been reported to us before, that perhaps they want to keep it this way. Now, one of the things that has happened in recent times is the revamping, or rather closure, of URP and CPEP.
Okay.
I said in a previous interview that our industry is poised to accept these people who've been displaced in these programs, because the skill sets are very similar, so they can enter into our market.
that sector.
Correct,
right.
they can. But if we remain illegal, how will we do so?
Right.
Added to that, quarrying and processing is a key employment factor in the Toko Grande area.
In the Toko Grande area.
So we now have in Toko Grande no URP, no CPEP, and from the looks of it, soon we will have no processing of sand and gravel.
Okay.
It is a reality that we're facing because, as I said before, we have serious crimes that could be leveled against us.
Right.
That are not fair. Let me add that. In addition to which, you also have the element of managing the relationship with your suppliers and your financiers.
Right.
Remember, this is a criminal act.
Yeah.
But we're all businessmen. We all have loans with the banks and other financial institutions.
You have to survive, yeah.
So, should one of us, as has happened with Brand Beechan, as has happened with the Warner Group of companies, and has happened with Danny Guerra, should one of us again be held? These are the types of charges that we're facing. These are the types of penalties, and then there's no price that can be paid or put on the factor of embarrassment to your family.
Well, yeah, I understand that, because I think one of the things that people have to understand too, you mentioned in there the URP, the CPEP, a lot of people displaced. We have a huge unemployment gap that needs to be filled. And it's interesting because I know that the government has a lot of projects that they want to get to. A lot of that would have to do with construction. And the construction sector, I've always said, when construction is alive and well, the economy turns, right? When the construction sector is booming, you know, we just talk about oil boom and all kind of thing, but construction, a construction boom, and when you have that industry rolling and things are happening,
the multiplier effect is greater.
The economy turns, because at the end of the day, as I always say, it is the small man on the ground who spends. They keep the economy turning, and when the small man on the ground have money, they spend,
100%.
and that's how the money circulates and the economy turns. Big shots, millionaires and stuff, they don't really turn the economy as much as the middle,
Yeah,
the middle
yeah,
to
yeah,
lower class.
yeah, yeah.
They are the
Agreed,
ones that have
agreed,
it. And
agreed.
those are the ones that are employed in those sectors in great numbers.
Correct.
So once they have that constant work and money in their pocket, things will happen. But once again, this has to be fixed in terms of discussions with the Minister or the Ministry of Energy and Energy Affairs, Dr. Rudal Munilal.
Yeah.
He would have to set up that meeting. So have you all reached out to him, and what
We
has
have.
been the
We
response?
have. No response thus far. So
Okay.
we reached out to him via email. We sent it to both email addresses. He's got one for Parliament and he's got one for the Ministry of Energy. So both would have been sent to those addresses. And Stefan, something else that is plaguing the industry likewise, that we need to bring the attention to another minister, Madam Minister Jolene John.
Right, Ministry of Works.
Ministry of
Yeah.
Works. The State Organization of National Quarries, as it stands, does not appear on the website of Ministry of Energy as having a license for processing for sand and gravel.
Okay.
And we call out to you, Madam Minister, to address that. As a state organization, they ought to lead with a proper example. And what it says to us is, if the state organization is operating in this way, what do you leave for others who are entering into the industry? What do you leave for them to do?
That's interesting, you know, that the state does not...
Not only interesting, it's a fact.
No, but I mean, that is a serious question. I mean, if the state is not operated within, a license for sand and gravel, then how do you expect anybody outside of that to how did this, I am a bit confused here because I'm trying to figure out how was this allowed to reach the point where we are right now? Because, we're talking about a 25-year period. Over a 25-year period, you would have had, we're talking about 2000, year 2000.
Correct.
Right, we're in 2025, so we're talking about the year 2000 here. You would have had many people come and many people go in this industry in terms of the Ministry of Energy and Energy Affairs, and nobody at all said, hey, we need to fix this issue here. Nobody.
I'll tell you what, this, and I've said it before, this is far from being a political problem.
Right.
Because we're talking about straddling 25 years over different administrations, both PNM and UNC. What we believe is that in both instances, both parties were not aware of the issues.
Right.
We too must be held accountable, and I'll tell you why I say that. Because prior to 2023, no one was charged prior in that 25-year span.
Nobody was charged.
For processing of sand and gravel.
Sand and gravel.
So that being said, license hard to get, nobody being charged. The government being laissez-faire about it, operators laissez-faire too.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, there are certain things that you could get, one being a CEC, and they tell you, even the ministry tell you, go ahead.
Right.
While you're waiting for your license, your processing license, proceed.
Right. But no license.
But no license.
And years passed and, yeah.
I guess we could all be held culpable and accountable for what has happened for the last 25 years. But what we're saying is no. The time has to stop. We're not going to kick the can lower down the road. This is the time to address it. This is the time that we have an industry that needs to take in the odd 20,000 people from CPEP and URP into another industry that their skill sets can actually be applicable.
Which will give them a better pay.
Correct, it will.
Because the industry does pay well.
Yeah, correct.
And I could draw this to something that I brought up some years ago with the tint on my car. I remember I wanted to go and tint my vehicle, but I work in media, so I know the tint law. But when I called the commissioner, he said, well, right now the law has not been proclaimed, so you could go ahead. Because if if they stop you, there are no laws saying that you...
Correct.
So I went ahead and I poured my tint. This is a simple analogy to kind of explain what they're going through. And now the law has been proclaimed.
Correct.
So if the police stop me today or tomorrow, license officer stop me today or tomorrow and say, hey, You don't have to do that. Why are you supposed to say, I have nothing from the commissioner stating that Stefan was allowed based on so and so by me, nothing signed by him, nothing. What are you supposed to do? Pick up the phone and try to call the commissioner and say, hey, explain this to your license officer? You know what I mean? More than likely, they're going to try, I could get hit with a fine and things like that. I mean, it isn't dark, but the point is, there was no law. I was told to proceed, and then the law was proclaimed, and I have nothing in writing stating that the commissioner granted me permission to use that type of tint. So I understand exactly what he's saying, because I could bring it back to something as simple as that.
You could relate.
And those are some of the simple things that we just need to fix in the country, to get things working right. What they are going through in their industry, it's a simple fix. It's a sit down. It's a sit down and say, listen, Minister, this is the problems that this is the issues we have.
Correct.
The same way that you're talking to me here. These are the issues we have, and these are the possible solutions. Anything you want to add to that or take away from that?
Correct.
We're willing to sit and negotiate, and let's move forward.
Correct.
Talk done, because at the end of the day, too, this also, I mean, you all balance a fine line between country development, safeguarding environment, things like that, right?
Correct.
Right. So I mean, how thin is that balance? And what are the benefits?
It is applicable more so to mining. There are laws that have been implemented that suggest that once you finish mining in an area, some type of repurposing or rehabilitation must be done.
Must be done. Okay.
So that is specific to mining. As far as processing is concerned, there's not anything that we do to hamper the environment more than the waterway, the water that is used for the processing process has to be contained in a particular way, has to be treated in a particular manner.
In a particular manner, okay.
Correct. Which all of our members adhere to.
Okay. So I'll tell you what, well, we out of time, but I want to thank Mr. Tenya for coming and explaining this. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I want to add something. When you say it's a simple fix, we believe a fix that can occur easily between us and the ministry and all the other key stakeholders. And we feel that whilst we're trying to fix it, Stefan, let's do a moratorium. Give us a moratorium. Okay. Give our members a moratorium who we can vouch for, who are operating safely and want to operate within the ambit of the law.
Okay. All right. No problem. So I'll tell you what, Dr. Munilal, but I know all this is what she shows, so you know what I mean? It is the #1 morning show in the country, largest market share, Breaking Dawn. So I'm saying to Dr. Rudal Munilal, you know what I mean, Mr. Tenya has put out his request. They have extended their arm and say, look, let's meet. So the next thing is to respond and say, okay, guys, this is the date we're meeting, this is the time, this is the place, and let's get it done, because we can't continue like this. This is a huge problem. We ought not to continue like this. If we are about fixing the place and fixing the systems and boosting certain sectors and creating employment, most importantly, this should be a very important meeting that should be a priority, all right? Sure. Because this is a sector, as far as I understand, that can bring some relief to a lot of the conversations that are taking place right now, all right? So we need to get that meeting with Mr. Tenya. So I hope that we read about that in the papers sometime soon, that the Ministry of Energy and Energy Affairs and
reach out to us.
That's right, and they've had a meeting and they're moving forward with some solutions. Mr. Tenya, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
A pleasure meeting you.
Yes, definitely.
And people, stay with us, because when we come back, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, David Naked, he's going to join us. He has a terrific initiative. Football is back with a bang. Stay tuned.
Trinidad and Tobago's #1 television morning show is heading to Barbados
for this year's Food and Rum Festival.
Synergy TV's Breaking Dawn morning show with Stefan Reese will broadcast live from Barbados.
From November 5th to November 10th, every morning the show will transmit from one of two scenic locales. One of the most beautiful tropical getaways in the Caribbean.
The Accra Hotel and Spa in Christchurch.
Or the luxurious, all-inclusive, adult-only destination on Barbados' South Coast, the Abida Boutique Hotel.
Our team will be on the ground,
covering all the events of the 2025
Food and Rum Festival.
So tune in every morning from November 5th to November 10th as Breaking Dawn takes you live to Barbados for the 2025
Food and Rum Festival.
Special thanks to BTMI,
the Accra Beach Hotel and Spa,
the Abida all-inclusive, adult-only boutique hotel,
and Suncar Rentals, Barbados.
Sale, 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 sale. Get 10% off all roofing and construction services, roof installation, roof repairs, roof cleanings, roof painting, house painting, undersealing, gypsum and suspended ceiling, steel fabrication, renovations, and more. We also supply all roofing materials and supply and install radiant barrier $850 per roll and $1.50 per square foot to install, and supply and install awning for as low as $1,800 install. So don't wait until Christmas is here. Book your appointment now. Just call 3567663 or WhatsApp to 9876663 or check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Murphy's Roofing System or email us at murphysroofing@hotmail.com.
I can't believe that, I really can't believe that. I really wasn't expecting that, boy.
So I'm to you. How you getting on, so?
Boy, this is not the price of alcohol, boy.
So, drinkers go and drink anyway?
Yeah, but my Christmas parties are premium drinks inclusive. It's December the 13th. I went and I print my tickets and I distributed to all sports and games nationwide.
So how much for the ticket?
400. I can't believe that, boy. I should have waited after the budget, boy. What if I should?
We get through.
That's right, people. Get through like Shane and Jaron. Get your tickets for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party Saturday the 13th of December. Garden Sanctuary Center Excellence. Tickets available at Sports and Games nationwide. Raj Bar in St. Augustine and online at trinbagoevents.com. Premium drinks inclusive. See you there. Where you say, Santa?
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees, just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, and we are joined by the chairman of NCC. After shiftings around this morning, Parliamentary Secretary David Nackett he hasn't arrived yet, but he will be here very soon. Given the weather this morning, and depending on where you're coming from, you could run into the unnecessary traffic that most people do. You know how Trinidad is. From time a little sprinkle touch the ground, everybody is, well, it's not a bad thing that they slow down, but you know what I mean. It's caused a little more traffic. So we have Mr. Peter Kanai here with us, and the launch of Carnival 2026, people, it's coming, and it's coming at you this week. Morning, Peter, how are you?
Morning,
nice,
morning,
man.
Stefan. Nice to be here.
Pleasure to have you on the show for the first time.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, #1 morning show in the country, all right? So, wide audience this morning, a lot of things to talk about with the launch of Carnival. So I see here that this year, well, it's taking place Friday, first off, people.
Yeah, Friday, 7th of February.
7th
this
of
Friday coming
November,
in.
right? This Friday coming here. And Mr. Kanai is going to tell us what this launch is going to be, because let's start off with the weir first. You want to start with the weir?
Yes, well, it's taking place at the Brian Lara Promenade in Port of Spain, which is a change from the traditional Queen's Park Savannah grandstand area. The idea behind that is that we felt it was time to bring the carnival down to the people.
Okay.
Open it up, make it a free event, which it is, and expose the people. It's also an all-day event. It starts at 9 in the morning, and it runs all the way till 6 in the afternoon, with different segments throughout the day. Right? So in the morning period, you will have like carnival characters and so on.
Mm-hmm.
During the course of the day, as you lead down to about lunchtime, there'll be a mini concert by the reigning Panorama champions, Republic Bank Exodus.
That's not bad.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, there'll be interaction because the NCC will set up across the area of the promenade, and it's a wide area of the promenade that will be used. So they'll have zones, there'll be a kids zone, etc. Then as you get into mid-afternoon, schools are out and people are making their way home, children are making their way home. Remember, you have to pass there.
Of course,
to get to City Gate, for example, so that they can interact with all the artisans that are going to be on the promenade. We have something called the, you will love this in the Carnival this year, the love letter to Carnival. So children would be encouraged to write a love letter to Carnival.
Okay.
Right? So they have all sorts of exciting things will be taking place there between 9 and 6 p.m. And then, of course, in the afternoon, as people get off work and so on, the real action with all the soca artists, chutney artists. During the course of the day, we'll have rhythm sections, tassa, the whole works. Everything you could find in Carnival, you're finding it on Friday on the promenade.
But you could find that on the promenade, but employers mightn't find the employees, because that is a Friday and is that thing going on the promenade. No, but I think the promenade itself, right? When I saw that it would take place on the promenade, I think the promenade itself, it used to be that place where people would hold and launch certain things.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, the Kiskadi, as far back as the Kiskadi Caravan, I remember leaving school and running into Port of Spain to take in the Kiskadi Caravan in town. And I went to St. George's College in Barataria, so I had to take a red band maxi to get into town. And we used to go there, and it used to be a Friday, and Kiskadi Caravan would have all the entertainers performing for free on the promenade, and you could have just gone taking the show, and it used to bring out, it used to have tongue pumping. And the capital city, to me, has faded into a little position of darkness that need a little lighting up. And I think the promenade, Port of Spain, Friday, I think all the elements are there for a terrific launch, as opposed to the people having to go to the savannah. You are taking the carnival and you are bringing it to them.
We're bringing it down into the heart of the city of Port of Spain.
Right.
Friday also marks the 100 days to the actual proclamation of Carnival on Carnival Monday, Juve morning. So it's a countdown.
Okay.
It's a countdown that's taken place. I mean, and happening in behind all of that is the NCC's preparation for the actual Carnival season 2026. So all the activities that are related to preparing for Carnival, both here in the city and across the country with regional Carnival and so on, all that activity is going on as we speak.
Right.
Right. So, as I indicated in another place yesterday, Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago, the difference between our Carnival and the rest of the world is our Carnival is not a day. It's a season.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes it could be as long as 3 months, depending on whether Carnival is in February or March. It could be as much as 3 months. So there are a lot of activity taking place for the preparation of Carnival. I was asked yesterday about the state of emergency.
Right,
that will run the Carnival. But I want to remind people that Carnival 2025 went on during a state of emergency, and it did not affect the Carnival.
Yeah.
Right? If anything, it may have added to the safety and security of the Carnival.
Yeah.
Right? From that standpoint, the NCC have already engaged with the Police Commissioner and the TTPS with regards to security and so on for Carnival during the season of Carnival.
Okay.
Right? We've engaged with the Mayor of Port of Spain and his team as it relates to Carnival in and around Port of Spain.
Port of Spain.
And we will be engaging with all of the regional carnivals, wherever they are.
Right.
In Trinidad and in Tobago.
Okay, brilliant.
Because
we cover a lot of those regional carnivals.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I'm flying out tonight to cover Food and Rum in Barbados because they invited us here to cover that. But my thing is that, you made a point there. Our carnival is different to every other carnival in the Caribbean, in the world. As a matter of fact, I would even go so far as to say that I think, and this is not taken away from anybody else's carnival anywhere else. We can't do all it over face and all this even. But, and I speak well about, I think they have, other carnivals, they have their own touch and flavor of their people.
Plus, Trinidad has been accustomed to sending delegations to these carnivals.
But in my experience, and I interviewed people outside too, and they will tell you, masqueraders, there is no other experience like Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago carnival. Well, I had to say Trinidad carnival now. I can't say Trinidad and Tobago are the only thing going on now.
Well,
but Trinidad and Tobago.
The carnival in the early part of the year is Trinidad and Tobago.
And Tobago,
Carnival,
right.
because there are events put on by the special interest groups, Trinbago, Tuco, etc., that are national in nature.
Right.
Calypso, Monarch is national, Panorama is national.
Right.
So it's Trinidad and Tobago. Right.
And we leaps and bounds, but we can't, sometimes we take it for granted, I think, that we're so far ahead of the rest of the world when it comes to this whole carnival celebrations, right? And sometimes we take things for granted and we get comfort, we get in the comfort zone of doing the same thing over and over because it worked now, and we're not enhancing the product or adding certain things. One of the things that I've realized from outside, they have a lot of the traditional old-time characters still very, very relevant in their carnivals.
Yes, we have that, and you will have a lot of that on
Friday.
Friday.
Nice.
In fact, we send a lot of these traditional characters to Toronto, to Miami, etc. during their carnivals. Now, earlier on when I mentioned regional carnival, what regional carnival is for us here is carnival across Trinidad and Tobago, meaning Chaguanas, Mayaro.
Right.
That's our regional, and we are putting a focus on that because not everybody comes to Port of Spain. Not everybody could come to Port of Spain, but the whole of Trinidad and Tobago deserves to be part of the carnival. So we are putting more emphasis 2026 on the regional carnival, on developing the regional carnival. So we spread it around because, carnival is an economic enhancer.
Correct.
For communities, right? So we are trying to spread it around the country so that the whole of Trinidad and Tobago benefits from the carnival.
That's right, yeah. And I mean, South, somebody asked me the other day, Stephen, why don't come South for carnival? I say, town people, we don't like to cross the lighthouse. So, but South people will come up to North. And that's the thing.
There are major events that take place in the Southland.
In South.
Calypso Fiesta is in Skinner Park. There are some parts of the Panorama competition, I think the small bands and so on that are in South.
South, right.
So there are other things. The stick fighting goes across the country. All Moruga, Tableland, Mayaro, Sandy Grande, Diego Martin, it goes around. It's spread all over the place.
Let me ask you something as it relates to Friday, because I know people will want to know. Traffic management on Friday, as it relates to what's taking place on the promenade and Port of Spain and that kind of thing. Because Fridays are day, everybody wants to run out of work early, 1. 2, traffic that start earlier. So I know a lot of people picking up the train from school or whatever case might be, they want to know what that type of
so as I indicated, we have already, from the NCC point of view, engaged the TTPS and engaged the City Corporation, and with the City Corporation comes the municipal police and so on. So all of those things are being done behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Of course, if you have something like the launch of Carnival on the promenade on a Friday evening, you will expect that there will be some traffic.
That's right.
I hope that people don't run off with the rumors like last Friday. So the traffic in Port of Spain this Friday is going to be the launch of Carnival.
That's what it is. Behind the scenes just people laugh over yesterday. I tell people always stay calm. We only get all information from. We talk about behind the scenes. So, a lot of people saying, and I'm talking about, just the talk on the ground. Some people may have the perception like, what's going on, boy, what's going on? We hear nothing, we see nothing, we in this. And they think that nothing is going on, like everything at a standstill. When I know, and you know, that there are a lot of things going on in the background where plans are being put in place because people say, but we done in November, we ain't hearing nothing about Carnival, this, that, the other. And I know that this would have been a particular year for you as the incoming chairman of NCC, having to wait on budgetary allocations, the budget to be debated and passed, monies to be released, things like that. So in the planning process of everything, of course, money is king. You can't do nothing if you don't have money. Let me face the reality, okay?
Yeah.
So this year would have been a year, of course, that you would have had to take a look at some of the past issues that NCC would have been facing in terms of profitability, that kind of thing. We know that. I can't remember the last time that NCC recorded a profit for Carnival. I don't know if this year is going to be different. But in terms of you now as a new chairman of NCC, and having to deal with this over the last few months, having to deal with the past and the present and moving towards the future, in terms of the planning process and what people could expect, I mean, it's not like we're going to take any steps backwards or we're going to slow down. We're moving forward.
No.
We're going to
the
progression
carnival
is
one thing I can say for sure. Carnival is coming.
Right.
The new board, when we went in there, I think it was towards the end of July.
Right.
We began the process, first of all, of evaluating where the NCC was at that point in time.
Right.
The NCC has a lot of debt going back, right? And we will treat with that as we go along. But simultaneously, the plans for 2026 began to take shape. The work has been going on. The plan is to improve the carnival as best as we can. Of course, as you say, money matters.
Well, yeah.
So we have to find ways to control, to minimize wastage, corruption, etc., whilst at the same time making sure that the product that is Carnival, which is the premier product for Trinidad and Tobago, that product comes off as we would want it to be. So all of that work is taking place. I mean, I guess people get excited when they start to see things like the North Stand going up and so on. But those things have a process, and that process is in place.
Right.
And from all the years that I've been in the carnival business, those things will happen as they should happen.
As they should happen.
Right? Because carnival starts actually, in terms of competitions and so on the 16th of November with the single panorama starting its Spaniard judging and so on. So
everything on like normal. Yeah.
By the end of December, you'll have that segment of carnival done with.
Right.
Right. So it's carnival is not February. Carnival Monday and Tuesday is February, but carnival is all now.
Right.
The band launches have gone. The fetes are going on. Right. And from the NCC standpoint, the plans for the infrastructure of carnival, because be clear, NCC is not a promoter. NCC is a facilitator.
A facilitator.
Of carnival.
Just to be very clear on that, and there's a big difference.
The interest groups are the ones that put on the major events, the national events.
Right.
Those are the interest groups, TUCO, the mass bands, the Pantra Bagels, and so on. They put on those things. But NCC's responsibility is to facilitate overall all of the infrastructure for the activities of carnival across the two islands.
And one of the things on Friday as well for the launch that you all need to know, because for those of you who leave in work to go get lunch, I understand that you all will have vendors for food.
There'll be vendors, food vendors, craft vendors.
Local.
You know, along the savannah by the grandstand there at carnival time, you have all these booths.
Yes.
You have all the vendors. You have food vendors, craft vendors, etc. You will have a sampling of that on the promenade on Friday.
On Friday.
During the hours 9 to 6 p.m.
Beautiful. So you're getting local delicacies, cuisine, that kind of thing. Everything is set up there. You all also have arts and craft, I see.
Yes.
And you all have partnered with the Export Centers Company
The Export Centers Company Limited, because Carnival, Trinidad and Tobago Carnival is probably the #1 product for our tourism.
Yeah.
Right? It is probably the #1 product for tourism. So that is part of the plan, to expose the product that is Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. We've brought forward the launch because we want to engage the international community, encourage people to come into Trinidad for Carnival. Right?
All right.
Build on that as well.
All right, nice. Now, if there is anything to add, I know that you all have a kids zone that will be open with fun activities and so on and so forth. But overall, what we're saying to people is that Friday is the launch. Friday is the launch. Make sure if you're in the Port of Spain area, and if you're not in the Port of Spain area, the idea here is to bring people into Port of Spain as well, the capital city.
Right.
And listen.
They jump on a maxi or a bus and they come down to City Gate and the promenade right.
And the promenade is right there, and all the
And if
action.
you're in South, you can jump on the water taxi and come down as well.
Easy pickings. All right. Anything else you want to add?
No, I just want to encourage Trinidad and Tobago to come out to the launch on Friday and to support the NCC and the interest groups, support the regional carnivals in your community, support the steel bands in your community, the mass camps in your community, because it is Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, brilliant, man. So people, NCC chairman, Mr. Peter Kanai, now I only deal with the launch. We didn't really deal with plans for carnival down the road. We'll probably have a representative a little bit later into the carnival or coming closer to it to kind of tell us what is taking place in terms of the savannah for carnival Monday and Tuesday, panorama, things like that. We'll deal with Pantry and Bago with that as well. But this is just for the launch, the launch. We can't have a conversation on all the plans that they have coming for carnival, all right? We'll get to those things in time to come.
I want to acknowledge the hard work going on behind the scenes by the management and staff at NCC for Carnival. Carnival for the National Carnival Commission is a year-long job.
Right.
It is not a 3 months job. It's a year-long job.
Nice.
Right? And the staff at the NCC puts in a lot of effort and energy and time and so on to make sure that this product we call Carnival, Trinidad and Tobago, comes off. Like everything else, people come out and they enjoy lots of things. And they're never really aware of all that goes on behind the scenes to make it happen.
Yeah, I can imagine a lot of work because
it is a lot of work.
My little planning with my Christmas party, I can tell all you know, all you know. Trust me, the kind of madness has had to take place before you actually, when people come to your event, they just walk in and they see everything already in place, you know. Yeah. But the amount of things had to take place for that to reach to that point.
To happen,
listen, it's
madness. And even while it's happening, there are lots of things going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, make no mistake about
backstage, as they call it.
Yeah, exactly. The backstage bacchanal and madness. So we want to thank NCC Chairman Peter Kanai for joining us this morning. I'm sure this will not be the first time and the last time. He's always welcome here. And yeah, man, we're going to take a break. We got David Nackett coming up after the break. But people remember, the launch of Carnival is this Friday, the 7th of November. Brand Lara Promenade from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. There are a lot of things to go and take in. There's a whole, I think you all have a history zone as well.
Yes,
yeah, that's going to be a great thing.
There is NCC have the Carnival Institute and so on that deals with history. And so on for Carnival. Yeah.
Brilliant, man. So people stay tuned, and we will be back with David Nackett. All right, don't go anywhere. Breaking Dawn continues. Launch a Carnival, man, Friday.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem. Anytime.
Trinidad and Tobago's #1 television morning show is heading to Barbados
for this year's Food and Rum Festival.
CWTV's Breaking Dawn morning show with Stefan Reese will broadcast live from Barbados.
From November 5th to November 10th, every morning the show will transmit from one of 2 scenic locales. One of the most beautiful tropical getaways in the Caribbean,
the Accra Hotel and Spa in Christchurch.
Or the luxurious, all-inclusive, adult-only destination on Barbados' South Coast, the Abida Boutique Hotel.
Our team will be on the ground,
covering all the events of the 2025
Food and Rum Festival.
So tune in every morning from November 5th to November 10th as Breaking Dawn takes you live to Barbados for the 2025
Food and Rum Festival.
Special thanks to BTMI,
the Accra Beach Hotel and Spa,
the Abida, all-inclusive, adult-only boutique hotel,
and Suncar Rentals, Barbados.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycarettt@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
I can't believe that, I really can't believe that. I really wasn't expecting that, boy.
Ram to you. How you getting on, so?
Boy, this is the price of alcohol, boy.
So, drinkers go and drink anyway?
Yeah, but my Christmas parties are premium drinks inclusive. It's December the 13th. I went and I print my tickets and I distributed to all sports and games nationwide.
So, how much for the ticket?
400. I can't believe that, boy. I know I should have waited after the budget, boy. What if I should?
We get through.
That's right, people. Get through like Shane and Jaron. Get your tickets for the Breaking Dawn Christmas Party, Saturday the 13th of December, Garden Sanctuary Center Excellence. Tickets available at Sports and Games nationwide, Raj Bar in St. Augustine, and online at TrinbagoEvents.com. Premium drinks inclusive. See you there. Where's your Santa?
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsain between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, people, so we are back on Breaking Dawn, and boy, listen, it has sharp dressers out here, boy, but he's one of the best, you know. I lied. So we got Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, former national footballer, and of course, UNC Senator, Government Senator rather, David Naked with us this morning. What's going on, man? Morning to you, morning to you.
Morning to all the viewers.
Nice, man. So I tell you what, I saw this article, David Naked League to replace Etihad competition. $120,000 for the winner, $75,000 for second place. So I saw this headline, I took a read in it, and I say, yes, we're on the right track, because I've been talking about football going back to the communities, right? And building the talent from the communities, from the ground come up, right? We lose that because we take the football out of the communities.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Now, I also saw here that it have a little static inside of here because the Etihad League is a league that used to be going, that used to happen. Mm-hmm. And I say used to happen because in the article, it says that it hasn't happened for a while, but it is a league that started back in 1967, right? 10 years before I born.
Correct.
So, first off, let me deal with our static first.
Right.
Right? Because all you do is announce this new league, and apparently have a little static because the Etihad League was, you know, and there's an east-west corridor kind of thing. So,
correct.
Talk to us about that static first.
Well, first of all, Stefan, I like to be fair. Don't matter if it's against somebody I don't like.
Right.
I like to be honest.
Okay.
We have to give our kudos to Etihad. Etihad started a league in 1967, 3 years after I was born, and it involved all the communities, most of the communities along the east-west corridor, or even south and central.
All right.
So give him kudos to that. That league has been dormant. It died a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Even before they stopped, the league died.
Okay.
Because people are owed money, the fields were the same 50 years. I mean, if you go to the Etihad Pavilion, it's non-existent.
Yeah.
A lot of stories political around that.
Right.
I wouldn't go into it.
Right.
He's an old man now. So I looked at what was needed in the corridor, as you said. I've realized for a long time we've taken sport out of the community. These communities have been crying out for something to happen. Now, proper development must start either in the schools or the communities or both.
Okay.
Proper development in a model like Trinidad and Tobago, where we are so faith-based, everything revolves around what we do in school, around the church, in the communities. That is where we have to start.
Okay.
So I approached the Prime Minister, Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa, and I can't tell you, Stefan, her reaction was immediate. Get this going, Senator.
Right.
Immediate. She realizes that we need to start back that movement, that development in the communities. We can talk about it, we can come with all these events that the PNM used to do that makes no sense, that people just make our money from it. I don't want to go in that.
Right.
I'm keeping it simple, but I have the receipts.
Okay.
Plenty of them.
Plenty receipts, all right.
Okay, first comments, I have plenty of them.
All right.
But we have decided we'll take development back in the communities, and that's what we've done. We haven't even announced it yet. We've had inquiries from 119 clubs up and down the country, in South and Central as well.
Wow.
And in Tobago. Because this is something they realize that they need. And we are going to have it in a way where we're going to be focusing. It's going to be an open league. But just like when I used to play in Champlain with Santos, I played at 14, 15 in an open league. And that's what we need to do. We need to start getting our young players playing against big men, tough competition, getting accustomed to that. Yes. And that's what we had before. We need to start producing the kind of players. And let's be fair, football is the sport of the country. Football and cricket, those are the two major sports, and we need to get football back. We're not producing the players, although we like to talk about Trinidad has talent, Trinidad and Tobago has a lot of talent. Yeah, we do, but we're not producing players like we used to. Players are not playing enough football.
To produce,
yes,
it's true.
Yes, players have to play more football against high-level competition, and we are bringing something that doesn't interfere with any of the other competitions. It complements the other competitions because they're going to get a chance to see the players who haven't got a chance to show themselves perhaps in the Tier 1 or Tier 2. So I think the Prime Minister realized that. She gave her green light to it. All the MPs are on board, and we're going full steam ahead. And we look forward to really bringing our product to the East-West corridor where we can include our young people, get them active again in the communities, and continue to develop our product, the young people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, let me ask you something. We have a professional league?
Yeah, we do.
We have a professional league?
We do.
Okay. We do. This league here, no, he laughing. No, I had to ask if we have a professional league.
The professional league played 2 games just yesterday.
Well, all right. I just, we're talking about secondary school football.
No.
Professional league. All right.
The 2 games in already.
Okay, professional league. 2 games in. All right. We have the secondary school football league. We have the professional league.
You was on me.
Well, I had to ask, you know. No, but this league now, is this a professional league or an amateur league?
No, this is what I like to call a premier minor league. Now, they might have a conflict at a premier league. In other words, I wanted to remain a minor league in terms of just for symbolism, what we grew up with. You know, when you used to play in the minor league long time, it wasn't a minor league. In the minor league long time, I mean, in Port of Spain and the Poorhouse League, you used to have the top players in the country.
Top players, yeah.
Top players. People used to have crowds there. I remember growing up playing in this same league, East-West Corridor League. I remember playing in front of at least 1,500 when Santos playing Tringrove or Upstarts or Parliament. Big crowd, Stefan. Community coming out. And that's what I like about this. It's going to have a community. For the first thing the Prime Minister asked about, are we going to involve culture as well? So what we have done, we're going to have competitions between communities.
Okay.
So, for example, if Santos, for example, from Champlain playing a team from Sangre Grande or the corridor from St. Augustine, we're going to have cultural groups at halftime competing against each other, whether it be in African dance, Indian dance, stick fighting, something cultural we'll have there. And they'll have prizes for them as well. We're going to bring it back to the communities in all ways, sports and culture, as it should be.
Because, I mean, the community activity, to me, I know things has gone in the communities, people has had a little thing going on in the community, but I don't think it is on this kind of level.
No, it died. I'll be honest with you, Stefan, it died under the PNM. Died. People were calling out for that.
Just before you go further, right? In earlier this morning I said, people take Roger Alexander thing and they make a whole meme of it, right? When he say, a community center is for the community. And people's like, duh. But like I was saying this morning, you have to take it into the context in which he's making the statement. Is that you have these community centers, limited access to the youths, because some of them was locked up early as 5
Stefan,
p.m.,
I'm not
6
trying to
p.m.
tell you. I'm not trying to tell you. So, to get access to a community center, you had to go to somebody who holding the key, who invariably, in most situations, I'm telling you, we had to fight to get keys. When UNC won the election, we had to fight to get keys back from PNM, people who holding the keys in the community center. Yes, and they renting out the community center for weddings and all kind of thing. No, this is a serious thing. When I talk about in my videos that PNM put their stamp, and this is not no anti-PNM rant, but this has to change. When PNM tried to put a stamp on all social activity, on all parts of community in Trinidad and Tobago, I was being very serious. I wasn't being facetious at all. That's what they have done. And we, as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we have to take that back. We have a mandate. We have a mandate. Imagine a league like this. We're catering to the youth of Trinidad and Tobago, and I get static. People come out and say, whatever, tell you the comments. But thank God, 90% of the people, especially the young people of Trinidad and Tobago, they've woken up and they realize this is something that is for their benefit, that Kamala Prasad Bisesa has given a blessing to. This is what she wants to see because she knows it's going to benefit the people of the East-West Corridor, South, Central, and Tobago is going to be involved as well.
As you talk about Tobago, shortly after the election, it could have been around April, May or June, right? You were in Tobago, and you was walking and showing people a facility in Tobago that was built and never used.
Correct.
Where was that?
That was in Black Rock.
What that facility was for?
That facility was a beach volleyball facility primarily built
Right, yes.
Right. Let me tell you, Stefan. Shamfa Kajo, and I don't talk anything, I talk truth is a defense. So I'm telling you everything here. Shamfa Kajo tried to stop that project being completed because she knew the THA and the Fali Augustine would have gotten credit for that. She tried to stop that. It's the premier, as far as I'm concerned. I haven't seen a facility like that that can engender sport tourism. It's perfect for sport tourism. It's right, if you know Black Rock, it's right on the beach.
I was in Tobago this weekend, so I went to Black Rock.
Right, yeah. It's right on the beach, perfect. Not only that, there are facilities, a swimming pool nearby. There's a larger field nearby. So there's so many possibilities and we will do that. UNC will put into action that place in Black Rock there. You could have beach volleyball, beach football. You could have so many things. You could have events. There's a swimming pool for recuperation. There's a gym there. There's the sea ride there, which is the major attraction for
that project
anybody.
Was never opened? When that
No, they had
started?
one event. That was done some years ago by THA under Fali. And Shamfa Kajo tried her best not to have it.
But when that facility was built?
That facility was built close to 2021, 22. Around that time.
21, 22?
22, because there was a Carifta championship there, I think. Yes, there was one event there, major event, and then it was basically closed down. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. All they had there was the triathlon by the Goodins. The Goodins had a triathlon at that place. Nothing else happened.
Because beach volleyball is something big,
Huge.
It's huge.
The television rights for that alone.
Yeah.
Could make sure and bring in some foreign exchange to the country. The television rights for beach volleyball, beach football, we should be having major events. So I think the Prime Minister is in Tobago. I think that's going to be among the discussions she will have with Fali Augustine, how we can get to sport tourism as one of our primary or new income streams, because we've never really done anything with sport tourism.
I don't think we have. I mean, under the last administration, when I say the last administration, in Kamala Prasad Bisesa's first term as Prime Minister, I remember very well, and I've always mentioned this, in the 2015 general election, she was speaking about that, medical tourism, sport tourism, and other types of tourism. And she had, remember, the cycling center was built.
Correct.
Then there was another, the swimming center.
Yeah,
which I
the
understand
aquatic
is
center, the cycling center, state of the art. Well, Anna Roberts' work was unparalleled. Anna Roberts' work as sports minister is unparalleled.
Is that a tennis center too?
Tennis center also up in Tarigua, right there next to the what we call the savannah there. So we did things that the PNM has never done. We have instituted policies, development. I'll just give you, for example, one thing. Football. Kamala Prasad Bisesa had sanctioned 15 million for football in her time. 15 million for football. Every club in Tier 1 was getting $83,000 a month to help pay their players.
Okay.
When you do something like that, you signal that you want development as your primary factor in your policy. You can't say you want development and not put money. You can't say you want development and cut funding for the Pro League and for all the things. Right now, the Tier 2, they're going to play for no prize money.
Okay.
In 2025, They're going and play for no prize money. So I know only because we have seen that vacuum, Kamla Prasad Bisesa has seen that vacuum. She has mandated that this league will take place, and it's going to be a whole ecosystem around it. For example, we're going to have coaches from Spain coming in to take a look at the players.
Oh yes, I remember reading about that,
Yes. We have coaches from the United States coming in and evaluating players, looking at players. We're going to have coaches from around, that's all from my contacts playing in Europe and so, coming in to evaluate, maybe have coaching sessions with other coaches in this league. So it's going to be a whole development model that is based on actual action. It's not a developmental model that's taking place in a boardroom or in a room and you talk about it and you come out and then come and have a caravan event for 2 days. There's a model that is actually based on a 6-month developmental pathway where you're monitoring how they're playing every week. You have people come in and make assessments. MVP, every game, prizes given. At the end of that, when we go into the Sweet 16, we're going to have players in every position. The best player going to get a prize. So it's going to be an assessment of players. And then at the end, Stefan, we're going to have an all-star team from the league go to Spain.
Okay.
Go to Spain to play games in Spain and the possibilities of being contracted. So you have to have, because when you have development, you have to have your policy. And you have to have implementation of that policy. And then you have a pathway, and there must be something at the end.
Yeah.
If you don't have something at the end, what are they coming and play for?
Yeah.
You're going to have a model like what Foster Cummins had, where people were going into these programs with no CVQ, no kind of qualifications. They were getting certificates of what? Participation. You believe that?
Participation.
Participation. You know, like when you give little kids in America, they come to a camp. Yeah. Madness. They were getting certificates of participation. What is that?
What I mean?
You can't go into Jamaica.
No, serious, what that mean?
Exactly. What that means is that is the PMM model. What we have done here and what we intend to do here, and we're going to get a lot of people against it, because let's be clear. We know the constituency of football it is what it is.
Right.
And that's what you're going to be faced. We are hoping, well, we know, given the response we've received from the young people on the corridor, they want this. The response we received down south, they want this because they realize this is something that's going to get them involved. It's going to get their communities involved. All the vendors, all the businessmen in the communities, they're going to have a chance. All the cultural groups going to be part of this whole ecosystem around this league.
Wow.
It's something that we need.
Now you said 119 teams, right?
Already, without our beginning registration, they've inquired about registration in this league.
Okay. How are you going to split up those groups?
6 zones, 8 teams per zone. So we're going to start it off in their own community. So let's say we have a zone in the east part of the corridor, or even Diego Martin. Let's say they will be playing at the Diego Martin complex, that new complex there.
What? So people just use that?
It used to be for the 1%. Let me tell you.
I don't know people that
the
use
first
that.
time I heard about our league and I went down there, if you see the kind of cars I see outside, Porsche and all kind of thing, I hear they have a state-of-the-art gym. So that complex was built and only the 1% was using it. It ain't happening so now under Jolene John, under Kamla Prasad Bisesa. So our boys in the community, they will have 8 teams down on that side, and they will be playing games against each other. The top 2 from each region will come into a Sweet 16 with teams from Tobago, and then they will play.
Okay.
Now that will get really hot because already we have inquiries from people and from sponsors to have rights to those games when we reach the Sweet 16. So we're looking forward to that. We have sponsors coming on. We have John Aboud with Amalgamated. Very interested. As a matter of fact, he was one of the people who spoke about this when I spoke with him. He was very interested. He said, we need to have something that keep people, the young people, busy, engaged, active. We need to get the communities back involved in something that they can look forward to.
But let me ask you something. Now, okay. So this league is a minor Premier League.
Yes.
Okay. Now, earlier I asked you if we have professional league, right? So,
well, just that question alone,
like,
Stefan. Just that question alone. Let me know if you, a man like you who knows sport and who loves sport, ask me if we have a professional league. What I tell you?
no, I just say that. One of the things that we need to do as well, right? We have so you have the secondary school football league.
Right.
We have a lot, we know we just see a lot of talent pass through that league.
Correct.
And then they leave school and you don't know where they're going.
Correct.
Right?
Most
because
of
we have no transition into something else, right?
Exactly.
That pays, eh?
Correct.
Now, this minor Premier League now, I'm thinking like, you see like in the States how they just do the minor league in baseball and then you make it to the major leagues,
right.
you see you in the minor league and they call you up to the majors.
That is the point.
So I'm saying that if the professional league is properly structured and supported, but it's going to take a lot of private sector investment there as well, because that had to be the outside of moving on to play like the All-Star team going to a tour and that kind of thing,
right.
There has to be some sort of stepping stone into the professional league where you could have players scouted from this minor Premier League.
Exactly.
And
I see where you're going. Well, that's exactly, this fills the gap that I've spoken about for years.
Okay.
In the secondary school football league, they play for 3 months. Madness. I've spoken with the president. The thing about it is he's one of the few administrators I've seen willing to step out of their comfort zone. Okay. His name is Mereri Gonzalez. I spoke with him that it's not sustainable anymore in 2025 to have a colleges league football that goes for 3 months. We're cramming games, 2 games into 1 week and intercal just to finish in 3 months.
3 months' time, yeah.
3 months. We have to change the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And culture is not something difficult to change.
Okay.
It just comes with the narrative and with the implementation, but we have to change the culture because they were all worried about, well, what the parents will say, they're playing too much football. People don't talk like that in Europe.
No.
No. People don't talk like that in Europe. It's football every day.
That's right. When you look
all year.
Because when you look at the kind of money that a footballer getting now, as opposed to like in your time.
Exactly.
And you could, if you go back to fellas like Gally Cummins and them and
playing for a box of chicken and chips.
Exactly.
You know?
The thing has, football and the salaries in football has grown. To
exponentially.
Insane salaries and offers. So the opportunity is there for your youth who is talented
and not only the professional pathway, there's also the student athlete pathway that most of us in Trinidad and Tobago went.
Yeah.
We went in that way, and that's this league here. I mean, you're telling people to come down and watch Trinidad and Tobago Colleges League. They can't, because the colleges leagues in America, the university leagues, play at the same time as the colleges leagues. Now, right now, as soon as that university leagues finish in America, they go scouting all over the place. But our leagues finish. What are they going to watch?
Yeah.
Remember, they want to see young student athletes.
Yeah.
What this league does is give people from abroad a chance to come down at a time when that college league finish. They can come down and watch this league and watch real quality games and see student athletes and award them scholarships.
Right.
Long time. All you had to do was tell a college coach long time, Stefan. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. What? You got half a scholarship, you got a full scholarship. Only because that's the kind of reputation we had. Alvin Cornell used to organize people. And I know people don't like Alvin Cornell, but if you know the amount of people Alvin Cornell helped throughout the years get scholarships abroad. Alvin Cornell, Alvin Henderson, Ian Bain, all these people just had to make a call long time and recommend a Trinbagonian player. And they get through. They didn't used to see them. Now, impossible. Because the quality has gone down. What we are doing is giving not only the professional pathway a chance, the student athlete pathway a chance that people can go, get their education, because not everybody will be a professional.
Correct.
Not everybody.
Correct.
I think the statistics are 0.002% of people end up being professional. Wow. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was blessed to have gone the student athlete pathway and then gone on to professionalism, but very few.
Very few, yeah.
Accomplish that. So we're looking at all of that, Stefan. in order to make sure that our young people of Trinidad and Tobago, men, boys and girls, although we won't start with women yet, we'll start that hopefully next year, boys and girls have that chance that they didn't have before. Events are not policy, Stefan. I just leave it right there. Events, caravan are not policy. Policy is a pathway that takes you from policy through implementation to an objective.
Right.
And that's what we're doing with this league.
Ah, man. All right, so when does the league, when do you plan for this league to kick off?
Well, we'll have our press conference official probably by next week, God willing. And then we're looking to have the first game at the end of November, the last week in November.
So you're going through Christmas, everything with this?
Everything like what used to happen. What we're looking for.
I mean, that's when football is playing. This is football season. With the exception of the MLS that is played outside of the other Premier League seasons.
Correct.
Football season is really from August.
And that's what we're looking for.
To June. So
we want that kind of season that people playing 20, 30 games. You can't be playing 3 months of football and then hope to be a football.
Hope to be a football. That's true. That's true. What about just before we run out of time, we're probably out of time, but die nothing. Because not often as we able to talk sports. All right?
And I know you love sports. I know that is your love.
But of course.
I know that is your love.
But I have to ask this question too. What going on with the primary school league?
Well, the primary school league, they have implemented something. I'll just leave it at that. Something where they're playing in different zones. So they have Port of Spain and environs, they call it. That just finished the other day. I think Nelson Street Boys won it.
Okay.
Yeah, against ISPS. They were in the finals.
Right.
I heard it was I personally went and saw a couple of games, Anil and myself.
Okay.
And it was good level, but we can also improve on it. Port of Spain and environs was run quite differently to in the east and the south and central. They had no balls, the refereeing was poor, the fields were poor. All of those things we have to improve. Okay. And so we're going to start with this, and we're going to start filtering down to the primary school leagues and all of those, where we really have to catch a hold.
See the development from
yes, we have
age.
to catch a hold of it, yes. We have to catch a hold of it in a serious way. If we don't have development in primary school, we're going to have technically deficient players coming into the secondary school. And it's going to make it so much more difficult for our coaches.
And for somebody who has played professional like you and played on the national level, I've always wondered this. How come Trinidad players seem to be smaller than every other player, like other players in developed countries? Like you see it now in the physique.
Yeah.
Trinidad players just look underdeveloped for some reason or the other.
Well, that might be so now. I mean,
no, I just said.
No.
I want to know what the rest of them eating. What the rest of the world eating?
It might be so now, but my first box of chicken and chips was eaten when I was almost 18 years old.
Serious?
18 years old? No, we can eat in Mr. Naked house. You can eat no fast food.
No fast food and that kind of thing. Right.
At all. So I grew up eating corn porridge, and so although I was a small fella, I was as strong. I never forget my first year in Switzerland. I remember the manager of Grasshoppers saying to me, you know what I mean, he was telling me about the difference between maybe a Caribbean player like myself and African players, because African players used to come to Grasshoppers. I remember one of them was a great player, Augustine Ainfool. He was FIFA Player of the Year for the under-17s at that time or something, or under-19. Great player, was always injured. Remember, people think strength is just how you look and muscles and things. Strength is also if you could play 10, 15 games, 20 games back-to-back. Without getting injured. And I was one of the players who was never injured because I'd say thank God to my parents for the kind of nutrition I had when growing up. Corn porridge, oats, fruits. I tell you, my first box of chicken and chips from Royal Castle, I can't remember. It's just before I left to go to the States.
Wow.
And I tasted it, I said, my father and mother could cook better than this. Yeah. So you know what I mean? With all respect to Royal Castle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fast food perspective. As opposed to home cooked food, you know. Yeah, but all right, so final question here. We know the league is, the official media launch will be next week. We know that this is an opportunity for the communities to be active and engage and get into a league where culture will also be on display.
Correct.
We know that the structure of the league, we know how that's going to take place. And we know that work is happening. Whereas, because talking to Peter Carragher about this, I said people have this perception that nothing is going on and everything that is a standstill. But a lot of things going on, just people just not seeing it yet. It's still being implemented.
And we can't let anybody set our agenda. We have to plan properly.
Yeah.
And then when we roll it out, we don't have any. You see, it's easy to plan a 2-day event.
Yeah.
And call that policy. Very easy. I could do that in 1 day.
Right.
But when you're planning a 6 months, 7, which is real policy that will continue yearly, you need planning. You need to put things in place, and that's what we are doing.
All right. Finally here, very quick question. You could go yes or no on this. Trinidad, any chance in making the World Cup?
Yes! Yes!
You're sure?
Yes, and we have to come out and support the team. Listen, it's very simple. Sometimes in life, when all Trinbago thought we were making it to the World Cup in 1990, it wasn't dependent on one game.
Yeah.
It was dependent on one game. It came down to that's how life is. Life comes down sometimes to a moment. And that was our moment that we failed Gally Cummins, and he failed. That was his moment. He failed. So now we are in a moment now where Dwight York is faced. He needs to win against Jamaica. That's what he needs to do. He beats Jamaica 3 points.
It's a whole different.
It's a whole different back in our hands. All we need to do is beat Bermuda and we in.
Right.
So it comes down to a moment again, and this is a moment where Dwight York can either succeed or fail. We have to give him that chance to succeed. We have to support him. We have to believe. We have to believe in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta get Jack.
I try to tell Arnold Roberts that.
Yeah.
And he said, nah, boy, we not. He said,
No,
nah,
we have to give him.
Boy, you know?
We didn't have all the hopes on Gally Cummins. What he did? Let him fail?
No, that squad was a real good strike squad. Was a bomb squad.
A bomb
real good squad.
But what did he do?
Should have made it.
What did he do? Didn't fail?
Well, a little glip of sunshine.
Yeah,
he
failed.
Right. Hey, pick up Gally Cummins. Pick up Gally Cummins. He's a good one too. But people, the league is here. What would be the name of the league? Is it the David Nackett League?
The David Nackett East-West Corridor Football League.
Okay.
That includes South Central and Tobago as well.
That includes South Central and Tobago. But when we say East-West Corridor,
yes, because you know my
it's
philosophy.
Just a name.
My philosophy has always been the spine of the country is East-West Corridor. We fix the East-West Corridor, I've said for many years, and we fix Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, but we'll see how that fixing goes.
Yeah.
People, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, David Nackett, and of course, Government Senator as well. And I think he was laughing. He was one of them fellas laughing when Anna Roberts asked Dan Paul if he was making that contribution.
Well, I laugh louder than everybody else. He said, you make that contribution sober?
No, watch me. I get some kicks sometimes. They don't be kicks in Parliament. But sometimes it's a light movement. You're ready to laugh.
Yeah, man, that's on answer, you know. You make that contribution sober?
Oh, Lord, Father.
Yeah, that's my boy.
But people look out for the league. It's coming. And I'm just glad that we have community football coming back to where it's supposed to be. And if community football gets back to that point, that competitive point, where the community comes out to the grounds and takes in the games.
Correct.
And supports these teams and supports the people within the community playing for the teams, I am saying that now is going to not only elevate the game of football, but elevate the community on the whole. You understand? Everything does go hand in hand. And once we can start to do that, maybe we'll see less crime, because it will bring the community closer together.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
All of that too, initiatives like this affect all of that.
People don't really look to do serious damage or injury or steal from people that they have an interaction with.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's when you see somebody as other, then you look to do them damage. So we're looking to bring the communities together, get all this kind of warring factions. This community don't go here, or this one can't go here.
Exactly.
Get all that out of the way. So
that's right.
God willing, thank God for the initiative by Kamla Prasad Bisasa, our Prime Minister. This will go a long way into what we want to see in Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice, man. So people stay tuned. We're going to wrap up on the return. I've got some birthdays to get to. But we want to thank, of course, David Nackett for coming through this morning and spreading that news for us. So those of you who did not know about it yet, if you have your club and you're interested, you could, well, registration process didn't start yet, but you could also, they could always go through what, the Ministry of Sport?
No, they go through, we're going to start putting all the flyers.
Right. They
will see the people they have to contact. There's already I told you 119 clubs have inquired. Right. 119. And we haven't put it out yet. So when we start putting it out yet, don't be late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have to bring it down to 48 teams, which we're going to vet to make sure they have a level in terms of equipment and a ground and all that. And then we continue. We want to keep it at a very, very good level.
All right. Nice, man. So people stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Trinidad and Tobago's #1 television morning show is heading to Barbados
for this year's Food and Rum Festival.
Synergy TV's Breaking Dawn morning show with Stefan Reese will broadcast live from Barbados.
From November 5th to November 10th, every morning the show will transmit from one of 2 scenic locales. One of the most beautiful tropical getaways in the Caribbean,
the Accra Hotel and Spa in Christchurch.
Or the luxurious, all-inclusive, adult-only destination on Barbados' south coast, the Abida Boutique Hotel.
Our team will be on the ground,
covering all the events of the 2025
Food and Rum Festival.
So tune in every morning from November 5th to November 10th as Breaking Dawn takes you live to Barbados for the 2025
Food and Rum Festival.
Special thanks to the BTMI,
the Accra Beach Hotel and Spa,
the Abida, all-inclusive, adult-only boutique hotel,
and Suncar Rentals, Barbados.
I can't believe that, but I really can't believe that. But I really wasn't expecting that, boy.
So I'm to you. How you getting on, so?
Boy, this is not the price of alcohol, boy.
So? Drinkers go and drink anyway?
Yeah, but my Christmas parties are premium drinks inclusive. It's December the 13th. I went and I print my tickets and I distributed to all sports and games nationwide.
So how much for the ticket?
400. I can't believe that, but I know I should have waited after the budget, boy. What if I should?
We get through.
That's right, people. Get through like Shane and Jaron. Get your tickets for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party Saturday the 13th of December. Garden Sanctuary Center Excellence. Tickets available at Sports and Games nationwide. Raj Bar in St. Augustine and online at trinbagoevents.com. Premium drinks inclusive. See you there. Where's your Santa?
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at All Stars Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398 or simply visit them at the All-Star Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Attention builders, farmers, and homeowners. Murphy's Hardware, Agro and Pet Supplies, located at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South, has everything you're looking for at the most competitive prices. The hardware division has everything by way of construction, from foundation to roofing supplies, plumbing and electrical, a wide selection of hand and power tools, and so much more. The Agro and Pet Supplies division carries from feed to fertilizers, agro tools, pet foods, and supplies, along with a range of gadgets for the home and garden. They are authorized dealers for STIHL and are open every day. Murphy's Hardware, Agro, and Pet Supplies has got what you need to get the job done without breaking your budget. Give them a call at 793-2497, 471-0249, or 743-5572, or visit them at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secure parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, we are back. We got some birthdays to get to. Did I see birthdays there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Hey, look at Tobago women. You see? That is the Tobago girls that left their husbands at home. All right? That is who I met in the Tobago terminal on Friday. And they say, no, we are on our all-wives weekend. And what happened is, remember I tell earlier, I was on our all-boys weekend. But they meet me up in the airport there, and I thought they were part of an organization. We call them have on the jersey now, but they went and print jersey and all kind of things. That's right. Girls just want to have some fun. You have the picture with them on the back? The picture with them with the back facing. Oh, that one not showing because of the format. Well, they have a picture here where all of them standing up and it go really back, and it's girls just want to have some fun. I thought it was really creative. I mean, you wouldn't get men doing that. That's a girl's thing. That's a girl's thing. But so it was a girls trip with friends and family. All right, but only girls, just a girls trip. All right, and I hope they had fun in Tobago. I know I had some fun in Tobago. And let me tell you something, Tobago is just a beautiful island, boy. I didn't really get to talk about it today either. But Tobago. Fellas, you know what's the most interesting thing and something that you will recognize very quickly in Tobago? Tobago roads better than the ones that we have in Trinidad. Yeah. All right, so we got some birthdays. Happy birthday going on to Trisha. Wishing you a blessed birthday and many more to come from your loving family. This is Trisha. Trisha, good morning to you. All right, and happy birthday to you. Also, we got to say happy birthday greetings to a great friend, Carl Budu Singh. He celebrates his birthday today, and that is greetings coming from Prem and Ann Jagasa. All right, so happy birthday going on to Carl. Also, we would like to wish Reese a very happy 3rd birthday. Reese is the dog. Yeah, that's Reese. Yeah, named after me, by the way. R-E-I-S. They named the dog after me. Watching Breaking Dawn. He watching Breaking Dawn since he's a pup. Since he's a pup, he's lying down and watch Breaking Dawn. So, you have my ears? Yeah. So that is Reese, and this is coming from his parents, Shane and Sabita, Grandma Sita, and Brother Ross. Reese, yeah man, you're looking good. And Reese is still a fan of the program, of course. Finally, in terms of the birthdays, we would like to say happy birthday going on to Nyla. She celebrates her 17th birthday. We would like to wish her a happy birthday and all God's choicest blessings upon her life. My wish for her is that God grants her all of her heart's desires, and I hope that she keeps reaching for the stars and making us proud, and the sky's the limit. From the beginning of her life till now, she has only brought us joy and happiness, and we are proud to be her parents. From your mother, Pamela, and your dad, Alex, from primary school till now, she has always woken up to the sound of your program and loved your jokes or your jokiness. I hope you and the crew have a wonderful day, and thanks for the birthday greeting, no problem. And that is Nyla, the 5K. Nyla grew up big boy. Well, I mean, children does grow up, eh? I remember, well, we all know that, right? Because we're all adults. But I just say it now. They grow up very quickly. I remember meeting Nyla when she was about this high at the candlelight vigil, the first candlelight vigil speech that I gave. The first public speech that I actually gave was during the candlelight vigil, and that was a few years back. And I think Nyla was about this tall, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I mean? But she's moved on. I do have, well, she's moved up, actually. We do have a few things to mention before we go as well. Keolik. Oh, let's not forget. So we got the Keolik range of products, and that is backed by science with over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. So it's made from that aged garlic extract, and it is organically grown and aged without heat. And that converts the harsh and unstable organosulfur compounds in garlic into odorless, non-irritating and bioavailable compounds. So they got many products in the Keolic range: the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health, and they have the Keo Green powdered mix. It's a drink mix, as well as the Keodophilus probiotics. So to pick up any one of the products in the Keolic range, you can go to a pharmacy or a health store across the country. And for more information, you could WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. And I also want to share an event with you guys. It's called Zumba. It's a health and wellness charity fest and family day. I will actually be hosting this. So when I come back from Barbados, this is taking place on the 16th of November. It is a Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And tickets are $300. Ages 5 to 12 is $150. Under 4 years old is absolutely free. The Zumba starts at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And this is a charity event, all right? It is dancing for autism awareness. So the proceeds go to autism. For those, you know, I'm trying to find the exact organization here. I think it might be the same one that I dealt with. All right? Food and drinks will be on sale. I'll give you more information on it in the coming days. But there will be free sampling and giveaways, pool and fitness activities, challenges, safe space. There's also general medical screening and health and wellness Q&A session. This is my good friend Marissa from Empower. Empower does the warm-up for Run Stefan Run. And they're having this event. And it is a charity event and family day. I will be hosting it at the La Vega Estate in Grand Couva. So I'll be hosting that. So I have a whole full Sunday. Fellas, will they come in? Yeah, right, wherever. Oh yeah, Sunday. Yeah, sorry about that. I forget. All right, with that, let me just make sure that that is it. Right, 2 things very quickly. Do not forget, Breaking On Christmas Party. Pick up your tickets at the advertised outlets. That is Sports and Games nationwide. Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall. Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, Long Circular Mall, West Mall, Tunapuna, Grand Bazaar, and Price Plaza. Right. So those are the locations for Sports and Games. Just go in, purchase the tickets. You're getting it at a steal of a deal. $400, premium drinks inclusive. And we want to see you on the 13th of December. This is your Christmas party. This is Christmas party for us to come out and have a good time and spend some time together. A lovely evening from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. Live entertainment, live band, and guest artists. So make sure and get those tickets, people. I want this event to be sold out by the end of the month. All right. And outside of that, we want to remind you that as of tomorrow, as of 6 a.m. tomorrow, we will be coming live, Breaking Dawn from Barbados, and we will be bringing you the Food and Rum Festival over the next week. So from tomorrow, we are live with Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn will be live Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then Monday and Tuesday. All right, Monday we're going to show you what we captured from Rise and Rum, and of course Liquid Gold, all the events that will take place over the weekend. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Breaking Dawn. We will be staying at the Abida and the Accra hotels, respectively. And I thought I would be able to take in the football with the group manager, but the game is actually today. Real Madrid and Liverpool. But on Sunday, when I have free time, we will be able to take in the Manchester City versus Liverpool game. That's our next big one. So don't worry yourself. I'll come in for that. All right, people. So with that, we must bid you farewell. We have to thank our guest, Nigel Tenier. We had a full interview morning. Although when I leave in and I go in for a whole week, I try to get everybody in with any information that has to come out in you know, that is relevant to the coming days. So we had a heavy interview morning, but I want to thank Nigel Tenier for the president of the Aggregate Producers. Oh God, it's not association, you know. Wait till he tell me. Just now, I want to make sure and get it right. Although don't worry. Where is it? Okay, let me type in 10 here. We're wrapping up now. Well, just have it as N10 here. Right, the Trinidad and Tobago Aggregate Producers Alliance. All right, the president of the TTAPA. I want to thank you for coming in and shedding some light on what is going on in that sector. We also want to thank the NCC chairman, Mr. Peter Kanai, who came in this morning and he spoke about the launch of Carnival 2026, which will take place on Friday, the 7th of November. That is this Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They have a lot of activities planned. I want you all to go out and experience it. I think it's great that we bring in the carnival to the people and not asking the people to come to the carnival. I think it's going to be a different approach and something that you will enjoy on Friday. All right, tongue will be pumping. And finally, I want to thank Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, David Nakid, for joining us this morning and giving us the information on this new league that is coming that will boost community engagement and community development and sport development as well. So thanks a lot to David Nakid for coming out and joining us this morning. People, we out. We went half an hour over our time, but tomorrow we 6 to 8 from tomorrow from Barbados. We will see you from the Food and Rum Festival. Chris, bouncy starter. Later.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.